Hello, beautiful angels. It is Olivia Grace, and I am back with another video for you guys. And in today's video, we are going to be talking about manifesting appearance change with the law of assumption and using revision to help you immensely manifest your appearance change. So that's what we're going to be talking about today. It's going to be amazing. But before we get started, I am Olivia Grace. This is the Master Manifestors channel. Here I talk about law of assumption, manifestation, all of that good stuff. So if you are interested, then you should totally be a part of the channel. You can subscribe, like the video, comment, share it with someone that you think it will help. And yeah, other than that, if you guys would like to work with me, there are different options on the stand store below. I have a digital course to help you manifest your specific person, and I have also meditations and other resources to help you manifest your person or your self-concept or whatever. So all that's below on the stand store. I have also decided to open up email coaching. This is a tentative thing. I'm going to see how I like this while I am on my break from doing video coaching and everything like that. And I am doing 5 spots at a time. So if you are interested, you can email me. I will put the payment, like how to pay, below, and you'll need to send your receipt, and I will send over a form for you to fill out to get your email coaching. So that info will be below. But yeah, other than that, if you don't, you must send payment before you get the email coaching. If you send an email without a receipt, I won't get to it. Okay. All right. Now let's get started in the video and let's talk about appearance change. Now, the first thing that has to do with appearance change, or when it comes to manifesting things, is to realize that anything is possible, that your body is a part of the dream that you're living. Your body is malleable. It doesn't matter how concrete and solid that your body seems. It doesn't matter how long you have had whatever thing that you're trying to change. It doesn't matter how concrete it is, where society says that it cannot be changed, right? I have heard a story of someone changing their eye color from blue to brown, okay? And that was on Create Your Future, that channel, for a law of assumption. But y'all, if people can change their eye color from blue to brown, like, that's insane, okay? And it's not that insane when you think about it like this, okay? Your body is a part of the dream. Your body is able to be changed. Sometimes we see ourselves that we are our avatar. This is who I am. I'm Olivia, and I'm trying to change Olivia from being Olivia, right? But it's not that. What I want you guys to do is come into the higher awareness of what you truly are, which is God, right? You are God occupying this specific body in this specific moment in time. But let's get to the next point. There are parallel realities, right? So there are realities where you have always had the appearance that you want to have, right? There are realities where that's just what it is for you. Yes, there's a reality where, you know, the dude that changed his eye color, his eyes were blue. There's a reality where his eyes are brown, right? And he is simply choosing with his mind the reality where his eyes are brown, okay? And choosing that and choosing that and choosing that until it hardens the fact, right? So that's the other thing, is realizing that it already exists. Because I'm going to keep using this example because it's a really good one. As far as something that is impossible, but you guys can apply this to anything: clear skin, weight loss, hair growth, whatever, even changing your body structure, whatever it is, right? Is realizing that this is already fully formed. This is one of the things where it's very important to understand that creation is finished, right? Because if you are thinking, well, I have to somehow get my blue eyes to transform into brown eyes, how can I do that, right? Especially with no action, with no surgery or anything like that. How can I get this to become this, right? That's where people get stuck, because it's like, you can't get this to become this, right? It is what it is. It's your eye color is not able to be changed, right? So it's you deciding and choosing that, no, I am now in the reality where my eye color is changed, right? Where it's always been like that, which leads me to my next point. So a lot of times with things in our appearance that have been, right, that have just been how they are, whether that be, like I said, once again, the eye color, or it be like weight loss, or it be, you know, I don't know, manifesting, whatever it is that you're changing. You have noticed this thing about yourself and built a story around this thing about yourself for your whole life, basically. You have known this thing for as long as you have had this unfavorable appearance, or whatever it is, the thing that you're wanting to change. You've had that for a very long time. And so all the time that you've had that has basically solidified an identity within you that says, well, this is just what it is. And so this is why we find ourselves, again, with the blue to brown, right? Where maybe he's manifesting his his brown-eyed reality, but he's very aware of how he has always had blue eyes, right? How, maybe some of the girlfriends that he's dated has always told him how they love his blue eyes, right? How maybe everybody in his family has blue eyes, right? Whatever that is, that story is what comes up when we are deciding again, right? No, it's like this now. It's like this now. That part, that logical part that's looking at all the evidence of your past, right? I've always been overweight. I've always had acne problems, right? I've always had short, brittle hair, or my hair has always been coming out, right? Whatever it is, it's always been like this. And that has formed the identity that this is just the type of person that I am, right? I'm just a person with blue eyes. I'm just an overweight person. I'm just a acne prone person, right? Then we attach stories to all of these things, right? So with the blue eyes, everybody in my family has blue eyes. It's genetics. There's nothing I can do about that, right? With weight loss, there's so many ways that this manifests, right? Oh, my hormones are imbalanced, you know? Oh, I'm an overeater. I'm an emotional eater, right? Whatever. Everyone in my family is big boned. This is why. This is who I am, right? Oh, I've always had skin problems, right? Maybe it's hormone balance for me too. You know, it's I'm addicted to sugar. I'm addicted to soda, and that's why my skin is like this, right? So there's always going to be a story that is formed around why this thing is like that, and most likely the story is going to be something that is way out of your control, seemingly out of your control, right? So revision, like, I'm gonna make a separate video about revision, maybe this week, I don't know. But I will put my revision playlist in the description for you guys. But revision is you going back and deciding, I have always been like this. And here's where people get fucked up with revision. Because someone manifesting their blue eyes to be brown will do revision and come out of the revision and go right to the mirror and say, oh my God, my eyes are still blue. Right? This isn't working. This is the thing about appearance change, you guys, especially when it comes to the further, how do I say this? The more far out. And let me just spend time explaining this, okay? I promise all of this ties together. When I say something far out, right? I mean something that is not just a limiting belief that maybe you and a few people have, but a limiting belief that we as a society, as a collective, have, okay? Changing your eye color, right, is a belief that's impossible. You can't change your eye color without surgery or contacts, right? That is a belief that the majority, that's a conscious, like a collective belief of people in general, right? You can't lose weight, right, without doing a diet or exercise, right? That is a collective belief. So now what happens when we manifest is a lot of times our manifestation will happen in line with these limitations, right? So you want to manifest weight loss. You've never been into exercise before. All of a sudden you're like a gym rat and you're going to the gym and you achieve your body like that, right? Or, you've always eaten junk. All of a sudden you wake up, you just cannot eat any meat at all. You go completely vegan, vegetarian, you lose weight like that, right? So there's these rules that it's more likely, right? More likely for us to go on this path along with the collective limits. Now, you don't have to, you guys. I'm just explaining why these things manifest that way sometimes, right? Now, as far as going to bed with blue eyes and waking up the next day with brown eyes, collectively, right, as people, that seems impossible, right? So you're probably not going to go to bed with blue eyes and wake up with brown. Now, let me say here, that's not impossible. Nothing is impossible. Time and space is not real. It's an illusion, right? That we're subscribing to in this journey, but we are subscribing to it until we stop, right? Until we become above that. Now, what will happen, right? And what happened with this guy is that his eyes gradually started to change. It took him, I believe, like between 3 to 6 months. I want to say maybe 3 months to change this. I'm not sure, but it took him 3 to 6 months to change it. And he didn't just go to bed one day and wake up with blue eyes, right? His eyes gradually changed from blue to brown, okay? And so, all right, there's 2 things I want to say. First of all, don't condition it. So the difference is, if you say, I'm going to manifest weight loss. So here, I'm going to put myself on a strict schedule of working out and this is what I'm going to do. But your identity is still someone who hates working out, who has no control over their weight, who it's very difficult for them to lose weight. Well, you're 9 times out of 10, you're probably not going to follow that schedule for long, right? It's not about taking action to force the end. It's about you accepting the end and allowing whatever action, if there's action needed, or if there's action that's going to help you get there quicker with less resistance, allowing that to unfold and reveal itself to you rather than you trying to force the action. I'm intending that makes sense. Now, when you want to do things, right? Like, let's say you want to lose weight and you're like, I want to specify, I don't want to diet and I don't want to exercise. You need to specify that in your new story, in your new avatar, in your new character, right? So back to revision. I've always been able to eat whatever I want and have the body that I want. I've always had a very fast metabolism. I've always been naturally slim, right? For skin, I've always had clear skin. I never even had acne as a teen. People always tell me how beautiful my skin is. I've always had beautiful skin. My skin responds wonderfully. My body responds wonderfully to everything that I drink and eat. Everything that I do and eat supports my body, right? These are things that you're going to tell yourself. If it's a height change, I've always been tall, right? Or I've always been short, whatever it is. I've always been 5'5". Like y'all, I'm telling you, just affirming like that, I've always been like this, takes away the feeling of I'm trying to become this thing that I don't believe that I am. Number one, that I do really believe is impossible, right? I like we can say to ourselves all the time, no, I believe it's possible, but be for real, you guys. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of these things, a lot of people, you know, for instance, will tell me, I'm manifesting myself to wake up in Czechoslovakia tomorrow with no plane and no airplane and, you know, no train and no way. I just want to teleport there. But like your state, do you really believe that that can happen? Does that even really compute to you? You know what I'm saying? And it's not to say that you need to believe things to happen for them to happen. But what I'm saying, which actually brings me to the last point, is to persist. Okay? This is the thing, you guys. Like, and here's what I mean by persist, because I've seen a couple of different things and stuff for people like persisting, and I don't like persisting, whatever. All it means is to keep deciding. Like what it means to persist, you guys, is to make the decision. And when you make the decision, if you don't see immediate evidence of that in your 3D, keep making that decision. That's all persisting means. Okay? Keep making the decision. This is the thing with appearance change, you guys. You have evidence. Okay? You have evidence constantly. You see yourself every day. You've seen yourself every day for 20, 30, 40, 50 years, maybe more. Okay? You have a clear idea of what you think you look like, what kind of body you have, what kind of skin you have, what kind of eye color you have, what kind of height you have a very clear idea of these things. So you need to start impressing a new clear idea on your mind. Okay? And you need to continue deciding that, right? It's about persevering and continuing in the direction of what you want, no matter what you want to call that. If you want to call that persisting, you want to call it continuing, you want to call it not giving up, whatever you want to call it, continue suggesting it to yourself. And as I said before, you guys, you don't need to believe it, right? But you need to continue suggesting it to yourself. But here's the thing, you guys, if you don't believe, right? Let's take, like I said, with weight loss, if you don't believe that your body can actually lose weight, or that you can come into a new body without doing diet or exercise, right? If you don't believe that, and you're just you basically want to continuously suggest to yourself the new thing, right? If your belief is, I have to diet and exercise to lose weight, and you're going to say, well, I don't want to do that. I'm just going to eat whatever I want. But your belief hasn't changed. So you're like, I'm going to eat whatever I want, but your belief is still, I have to diet and exercise to lose weight. And you're like, oh my God, I'm gaining weight. Well, because your belief hasn't changed, right? Just because you're taking action doesn't mean that you're actually thinking that. If you're taking action and you're eating the things that you want to eat, but you're feeling guilty, you're feeling afraid, you're feeling like, oh my God, what's this going to do to me? Then you're not in the identity and the body of the person that eats guilt-free, that has no problem with food, that has a fast metabolism, right? So spend time, you guys, creating whatever that is, right? But what I would say is the revision is the best and easiest and simplest way for y'all to go about this, and the quickest way, you guys, because what revision does is it uproots that identity. It uproots those memories of, I've always been like this. I've always had this problem. I've always looked this way. And it starts to literally change your memories, you guys. I promise you. And you have to try this to experience it. It will change your memories for you to start remembering yourself differently, for you to start seeing yourself differently. You will start noticing. I give it a few days, you guys. Maybe even today, y'all, literally. It happens, the shift happens that quickly to where that thing that was so outrageous, gosh, how am I going to grow? And that's another thing too, but let me finish my sentence. That thing that seems so impossible, that seems so outrageous, starts to sound very likely to you. It starts to sound normal to you. Sometimes that will manifest like things happening in the 3D that help like manifest, right? There's nothing wrong with placebos. I personally do my best to get away from placebos just because I believe that, I won't even say my purpose, but I really would like to fully experience my God self. And so as much as I can, I like to shy away from placebos, but there's nothing wrong with using placebos, using things in 3D to get you what you want. If you just want what you want, okay? If it's not some type of competition of how powerful am I, then if you're, I don't know, if you're freaking girl doing height change, and then tomorrow, you see an ad for this supplement that allows you to grow, take it. You know what I'm saying? But you don't have to. That's the thing. But the last thing I'll say is success stories, you guys. Definitely read lots of success stories because there's so many, you guys. This is why I know. There's no appearance change that you can't do, y'all. And not me just saying that to motivate you. It's been done. It's been done by literal kids, you guys. Kids are kind of the best at this because they're not so trapped into logical mind and, oh, things have to be like this and this. They're still in magic, they're still in possibility. But they're changing impossible things all the time. So you also can do that, you guys, by, like I said, accepting that it is possible. This body is a part of the dream. It's a part of the dream. This body is not just, you're not in the body projecting the dream from these physical eyes, right? It's being projected from your consciousness. And this body is also in the dream. Just like in your dream, your body is in your dream. Your dream body, no pun intended. Your dream body is also in the dream. It's not separate from the dream. It's part of your mind. This body is part of your mind, and it can be molded just like everything else in this reality. Okay? Really knowing that, understanding that, accepting that is going to greatly help you. All right? So look up success stories. Reddit is a great place for that. Subliminals, you guys, that's the other thing too. Subliminals are incredible, okay? Subliminals are incredible for appearance change, you guys. It's like my favorite thing to do for an appearance change is a subliminal. It's amazing. And you just play it in the background all day, whatever. Like, that's another great thing to do, okay? So I'm intending that this helps you guys. I'm intending that this prospers you. I'm intending that you feel a shift just by watching this. You go and look in the mirror and you actually do see results. You're like, girl, she's talking about I'm probably not going to wake up from blue to black eyes. Well, here I am. Blue to brown eyes, right? Nobody wants black eyes. No, thank you. But yeah, blue to brown eyes. Like, here I am. I'm that powerful because really you are, you guys. Technically, yes, you actually can. You can blink and have black or brown eyes, right? Because you are God. You are the operant power. You are facilitating all of this shit. So keep that in mind. I love you guys immensely, and I will see you guys in a video soon.